The fans would know because they're the ones who seem to feel like, wow, like it wouldn't be the same if you weren't in it. Like when I hear your voice, I feel comforted, they say. I've been reading these comics for, 30 years, and whenever I read them now, I always hear your voice in my head. I say, well, I should be paying you guys because I've been living rent-free in your head beds for 30 years,
Coming to you from Crunchyroll HQ, this is The Anime Effect. Each week we bring you the latest news and views from the shows you love. It's pop culture with an anime lens. Legendary voice actor for the original 90s Rogue and the new X-Men 97 Rogue, Lenore Zann,
yes,
is joining us today.
Yes.
Lee, are you going to be all right?
No, I'm not. My body has imploded and exploded as we speak multiple times. I'm just like reforming myself like a small galaxy. It's what's happening. No, this is awesome because Lenore has meant so much as a voice actress for quite a few millennials, and by quite a few I probably mean all of us. But then also she has an amazing voice acting history that a lot of people don't know about. So this is great. 97 just ended season 1. So I'm sorry if there is some slight spoilery stuff that happens during the interview.
Listen, we're going to try our best.
We're going to try our best, but there's some stuff that, we may ask her that requires her to spoil some things. But no, I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too. So for our main story today, we're going to be talking to Lenore Zann on all things X-Men 97. As Lee mentioned, her voice acting past, maybe some anime roles that she's been a part of.
Yeah.
And we're just, we're really excited to welcome her to the show. But that will be coming up after the news. We're going to be talking about a new show that you'll probably want to add to your watch list. Another anime shoe collaboration is on its way.
It's a lot of those.
A surprising robot, a surprising
mech collaboration.
Mecha collab is coming to Call of Duty, and there's just more because there's always a ton of anime news.
There's always more.
I'm your host, Nick Friedman.
It's me, Lee Alec Murray,
and the two of us together are going to see just how powerful the effect of anime really is. It's like I can hear Leah say it when we're saying it.
Yeah.
Leah is not with us again this week, but they send their best. And they said, please hold all of those notes on Megan Thee Stallion's BoA. And when they're back,
it's going down.
We're going to have it out. We're going to talk about it.
It's going down like Young Jock. There's a reference for you.
Just like, let me just throw Young Jock in here. This is great. I had that ringtone.
Everybody did, bro.
Phone.
Everybody did. When I was a DJ, I can't tell you how many times I had to play that song. Like, it is. There are like maybe 5 to 10 songs that are just burned into the back of my brain, and that is one of the 10.
All right. Well, speaking of it going down, it went down at
Friday.
Kura Sushi.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It went down. So Lee and I had the chance to check out the new Kura Sushi Dragon Ball Super collab.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with Kura Sushi, they're like a revolving sushi chain.
Yeah, conveyor belt sushi.
Conveyor belt. Yeah. Where you kind of just sit and you pick up the plates that you want. So we met up with some friends and our partners and we kind of just chopped down on some sushi.
Yeah, man.
We ended up with, I think, 3 Dragon Balls. So the deal with Kura Sushi is I think it's like every 15 plates, you get a little
prize.
Gachapon?
Yeah, so it's a gacha.
Yeah. And so these ones were Dragon Balls. Yep. Usually they're just kind of like plastic capsules, but it's kind of cute that I had the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
Got some stickers, little acrylic keychains. Yeah. The employees had t-shirts that I desperately wanted to have.
Same.
Just like my sushi Dragon Ball collaboration shirt.
This is the second time I've been to Kura, and every time I go, like I'm really like impressed with how much sushi I can actually eat, to be perfectly honest with you, because I'm like, and
see, I'm
like,
always embarrassed because I feel like I never eat enough sushi when I go to Kura. Yeah.
Dude, I think I take like maybe 10 to 15 plates for myself, easy, depending.
Man, I feel like I'm such a boring sushi eater. I'm
Oh,
like,
is that
I'll
why?
have the beef on the rice, please. And then the beef on the rice with a different sauce as well, please. Just the beef. And how about the California roll with the popcorn shrimp on it? Which I'm like,
That one's good though. The
is
spicy like popcorn shrimp one. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
of course, there is a crunchy roll.
Yeah, there's there's two. There's the golden crunchy roll too. So there you go.
There's the salmon golden crunchy.
yeah.
Crunchy.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. Speaking of crunchy, that ice cream, whatever that ice cream was, yeah, it's like a caramel crunch something or
Yeah,
other.
it was like
It was so
nuts
good. Yeah,
and ice cream.
like
and I
little
think-
Rice Krispies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really good.
Yeah.
Dessert at Kura is usually like just a slice of cheesecake for me. Like
Yeah.
usually just kind of
Yeah.
eat cheese. So now it was the cheesecake and also this ice cream.
Yeah.
And we
Same.
ordered like 6 ice creams for the table and they like rolled up on the conveyor belt at the same time.
There's a really sweet picture of just a row of ice cream. So it's sometimes you gotta have the ice cream train roll by your table and call it a day.
Honestly. But yeah, it's going on now. The Kura Sushi Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Super collab. So shout out to Kura for inviting us over to check it out.
Yeah, man, it was fun. If you guys get a chance, definitely go check it out. So next up, we are going to be sharing the latest on Dead Demons Destruction.
That was
Um,
good.
New anime coming up. Some Naruto Crocs, another wave, I guess, and then One Piece celebrating 25th anniversary. So stick around.
I will.
And it's time for the news.
My favorite part.
We're just waiting for the newsboy to come in and
It's me. It's me. I'm the newsboy. I'm gonna wear my my overalls,
Yeah, his overalls.
suspenders,
Suspenders, get you a-
short shorts.
Get you a little news bag.
Yeah.
Newsboy cap.
newsboy cap.
Yeah.
Gotta have that. Maybe
Yeah.
2 or 3 of them stacked on top of each other.
3 because there's 3 hosts, so you should have 3 newsboy hats. It'll work. It'll work. Trust me, it'll work.
It'll work. People wear 3 hats all the time. Okay, the news this week. I say it every week is a big week for anime.
It's always a big week.
It's always a big week.
There's always something happening.
Leading this week's stories, this is pretty new as of recording this show,
Mhm.
but Crunchyroll just announced that Dead Demons Destruction.
Sounds like
Say-
a fighting game
say
combo.
that fast.
Yeah.
Dead Demons Destruction. It's coming to Crunchyroll.
Nice.
And so if you've been keeping up with this project, you'll know that in Japan, it was 2 films.
Mhm.
This is a new episodic format that's coming to Crunchyroll. So episodes will release weekly, and the first episode aired yesterday. They'll air weekly on Thursdays. So
I'm excited to watch it. The hype seems pretty high for this one.
yeah,
Yeah, just the rule of thumb for me, if the hype train is going a little bit, people are like, yeah, you should probably jump on, buy a ticket.
and I believe this is the Goodnight Pun Pun mangaka.
I believe so.
I think that's right.
I believe so.
I think that's right. So if you're not familiar with Dead Demons Destruction, the story takes place in a world where aliens have landed, but seemingly nothing has really changed for the 2 main characters. You have Koyama Kodore and Nakagawa Oran, who goes by Ontan. They're really just focused on high school,
Mhm.
which, aliens aside, when you're in high school, that's
Gotta-
kind of most of what you
graduate.
can focus on.
Yeah.
And then, of course, facing the threat. I like that it is a threat of adulthood that is lingering ahead of them.
It is a threat. It's a trap.
I mean, we could go on for 2-3 hours about adulthood
Yep.
and all the taxes
Yep.
and fun that come with that. But no, I haven't read the manga. I do have the first 2 volumes, and they've been on my
Nice.
shelf for forever. But
Mhm.
I love the idea of like something very normal or typical set
Mhm.
against the backdrop of something sci-fi.
Mhm.
Those are some of my favorite stories where there's like kind of a slight tweak to the story, and that
Mhm.
slight tweak here happens to be that aliens have already landed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this one a shot because, like, we were talking a couple episodes. How I'm like, I've been really in my fantasy bag
Mhm.
recently, and I'm starting to like that. We're starting to see more sci-fi just kind of pop up.
I mean, Don is
'cause-
coming out later this year.
So, I'm hoping that this kind of, between those 2 titles, I hope this kind of opens up the floodgates for more like sci-fi-y stuff to creep in. Not to say that there hasn't been,
Sure.
but I mean, a lot of that is always centered around like mech battles and
The world
space
hinges
intrigue
on the
and-
balance between sci-fi and fantasy.
Yeah.
You got to have both.
Yeah.
You got to have Star Trek. You got to have Lord of the Rings.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
You got to have Tron Legacy, and you got to have the first Tron movie. What were we talking about? Where were we going? Were we going somewhere?
I don't know. You brought up Tron and your
anyway,
brain
okay. So
blinked out.
Dead Demons, Dead Destruction, streaming on Crunchyroll weekly. First episode dropped by the time you're listening to this yesterday.
Mhm.
So new episodes every Thursday. Next,
Mhm.
we're talking about One Piece.
Woo.
Again, I've passed the 300 episode mark. I have
Nice.
to say that.
Nice.
I have to check in. That show is incredible.
I double checked. I'm at 206 is
Okay.
where I am. So
One Piece, as you know, is celebrating its 25th anniversary, the anime specifically.
Mhm.
And they just announced that it will be taking over the Las Vegas Sphere in June.
that's going to be cool.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with the Sphere, it's this like massive building dome LED display in the
Yeah.
middle of Las Vegas. If you've watched any sporting event over the last year, you've
Yep.
probably seen an advertisement on it.
Yeah, they did
I
it for
know-
the Super Bowl. Like they had all they had the Chiefs and the 49ers had like their accomplishments and stuff like
Oh, that's fine.
that were on the bowl. Like they've done some other stuff there as well too. More like entertainment based, like when concerts and stuff roll into town. And but no, this is gonna be cool. I think this is the first time an anime is shown.
I
up
think so
on
too.
there.
I think so too. Which,
Um,
like, I would love to see a Dragon Ball up there. That would be
I mean,
cool.
that's the layup, right? It's like 4-star. So I mean, it's
But yeah, so like,
yeah.
I mean, what is it going to be?
I don't know, man. Like, I guess the easiest lift is going to be like some of the penultimate moments from the show they're playing on the Sphere.
Yep.
It'd be cool if they were just like, hey, we're just going to play an episode. Watch it.
So that if you're like flying by on an airplane, you
Yeah,
can see it. Right?
Just, yeah. But since Gear 5 is the newest One Piece, thing, the newest big moment, that may actually be the focus. Like they may go like Luffy through the ages or something like that. Like they may show like him progressively getting stronger and
True.
then having that big moment for Gear 5.
They could do a devil fruit.
They could do Devil Fruit. That's
and the
again.
stem would be kind of weird, but maybe
Yeah.
if there were like drones that made the stem of the devil
Yeah,
fruit, and then the rest was the gum fruit.
Vegas isn't afraid to use drones either, so
Yeah. Could be Chopper's head.
that'd be hilarious. Actually, just a big reindeer head on the sphere.
Just like looking up at the planes. Have you seen the one where it's like the smiley face and like the eyes watch the planes in the sky?
Yeah, it's kind of weird actually.
Yeah, that is
It's
kind of
weird.
freaky. So yeah, in the article that's on Crunchyroll News, you can get like a full breakdown of everything that that Toei and FAM are
Doing for
doing
the 25th,
for the 25th
Yeah.
anniversary. I wish most things in the world just cycled between One Piece and Dragon Ball themed.
Yeah, so
Like if I went to the dentist and it was like, this week it's I almost said this week it's dentist themed. It's always dentist themed, except sometimes it's fishes. And I'm like,
why
what's
is
the
it
deal with the fishes,
yeah,
man?
I don't get it. I don't know.
One Piece themed dentistry.
Yeah. Today I'm using my Dragon Ball set. Mirror's a little 4-star.
All right. Speaking of collaborations like One Piece and the dentist, next up we have the Naruto Crocs collection,
Mm-hmm.
which this isn't the first time we've talked about Crocs on the show.
It is not.
We've talked about Demon Slayer Crocs. We've talked about Jujutsu Kaisen Crocs.
Mm-hmm.
The Naruto Crocs are dropping.
Mm-hmm.
The Crocs are dropping.
Mhm.
Hashtag the Crocs are dropping. June 6th, Foot Locker. Be there.
That one might
In
actually
line.
work. Hashtag the Crocs are dropping.
You think so?
That might work. Yeah. No, this is great. My only beef with this,
You have beef with the shoe collab.
no, not with the collab. I have beef with the whole like store exclusivity thing just in general.
Foot Locker. This one's for you.
Okay. I'm gonna get on my high horse for a second when it comes to being a semi sneaker collector. I tried to get the Demon Slayer Crocs, sold out immediately.
Which ones did you go for?
I was trying to do the Tanjiro, of course,
See,
because
well, there's your mistake.
because I'm not gonna beat the main character allegations. But then also I wanted the Inosuke ones, and those are also sold out. And I'm like, okay, come on, bro, like you got to give me something. And then they
It's got to
weren't.
be faster. Right?
They weren't. Up
I have all of
on-
them. I got all 4 of them.
Did you really?
No.
Okay. They were also like not up on the main Crocs website. Like I get it. Like there's a benefit to having exclusives be
Sure.
at stores.
What if I told you that our producer just dropped a note that said they'll also be at Champs Sports?
It's the same thing. Foot Locker owns Champs. It's the same store.
All right.
Anyway,
I know what you're saying for sure, dude.
I'm a little miffed, just a tad, just a smidge. But yeah, no, continue.
Okay.
I'm off my soapbox.
The Naruto collection has 4 clogs and matching. This is like, I could never have predicted myself saying this sentence. This collection includes 4 clogs and matching gibbets.
Gibbets is such a weird word, but it works because nobody else has it.
This collection is going to be Sasuke, Itachi, Minato, and Jiraiya.
I'm actually kind of hoping they do a re-release of that first run too.
Maybe so.
The Kakashi ones were sweet.
We could call our local Champ Sports / Foot Locker and see.
No.
Okay.
No.
Are you going to try again for any of these?
Yeah, I'll try again.
Which one's speaking to you?
Minato, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you stop knocking on the table?
No. I don't know what to do with my hands sometimes. I'm sorry.
I know I'm just going to get yelled at by people who listen to the show, but I also haven't seen all of Naruto. I've watched like the first 100 episodes of the original series. What are you looking at me like that?
Sir.
I was a Dragon Ball kid.
I was too.
And a Pokemon kid.
Same.
And then I was a Disney kid after that. So
I was
sorry.
Also all 3 of those things.
I don't know what you want from me. Okay. You asked me anything about Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, I got you.
Get your anime TV watching up, sir.
I've seen a lot of shows. It's not one of them.
But you haven't finished Naruto.
I haven't finished Naruto.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or, you know what you can do? Here was my solution for the gaps that I needed. Get the Naruto Clash of Ninja games. It cuts out all the filler.
But I can't mark those on my anime list.
You can.
No.
You can.
That's cheating. That's cheating, bro. You can't do that.
You can.
You can't just play the video game and be like, and I watched 500 episodes of Shippuden.
You can, because it actually gives you the same like cutscenes or the same scenes from the show. They just cut
That's
out
like
all the
saying
filler.
I watched a 5-minute YouTube history video and then I marked the whole series on my anime list. I'm not having this conversation. This is the week of collaborations, y'all. Get ready to mark this one off your bingo card. I almost said bingo list. I'm really just pulling it out of nothing.
You know what? As soon as you said bingo, my brain also went list. So you're not alone.
Does everyone have their bingo list ready? We don't play enough bingo anymore in society. This collab is Mobile Suit Gundam is teaming up with, if I said blank, what would you guess?
Fortnite,
like Hoover Vacuums,
Apex,
Call of Duty.
There you go.
Mobile Suit Gundam is teaming up with Call of Duty for a new collaboration.
This feels weird.
Why does it feel weird? Actually, I've answered my own question. The Gundam series is about like the military complex and war, and like, so it's. I get it,
but it's not
also
as weird as you think.
Call of Duty is like that too. Like they try and tell a story that's often partially self-aware. So there's like a lot of stuff there. 3 Mobile Suit Gundam Tracer packs are launching. So this one's for you, Lee. We've got the RX-78-2, of course. Yeah. Amado's classic mobile suit that he just loves piloting in war. Then, of course, the beam rifle, beam saber, the shield, all the goods, all the accessories. Then we have the MS-06S Zaku 2. Shout out Char Aznable. My favorite GameCube is the Char Aznable GameCube, which if you've never seen it, there's a Char Aznable GameCube.
It's so great.
In Japan, to get the Zaku machine gun, the Heat Hawk melee weapon, the Warship Destroyer rifle, and a finishing move. And then I was really happy to see this one in here. Gundam Aerial.
Same.
From Witch from Mercury.
Yeah. I was actually like, when I first saw the collaboration pop up, I only saw the picture of the 78-2, and I kind of rolled my eyes a little bit, and I was like, there's so many mobile suits. And then it was like the Aerial, and I was like, oh, okay.
I think the weirdest part about this is that people are going to be running around human-sized wearing Gundam suits. Yeah. But then I thought, what if the world of Call of Duty is really about large humans in large environments, and the Gundams are normal sized?
Or they're just human-sized Gundams that look like Kamen Riders. I mean, I
think mine's more fun because it involves big humans. All right, that was the news this week. The collaborations continue. Next up, Lenore Zan and the anime effect.
Yeah.
Our conversation with Lenore is coming up. Are you ready?
Yes, of course.
We are going to be wearing the same clothes in a different location in this office.
We're time skipping.
We're time skipping. We're quantum leaping into future versions of ourselves.
I like that.
Our chat with Lenore is coming up.
We are so excited to talk to the star of not only X-Men 97, but also the original X-Men animated series and various video games and other shows. Lenore Zann, thank you so much for coming on and joining us and nerding out about X-Men.
You're so welcome, Sugar. Nice to be here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Here at the Anime Effect, we always lead off with one question. And that question is, we want to know what your gateway anime was.
Well, when I first was out in Los Angeles back in the, I guess, late 90s, early 2000s, I actually started booking anime. And I don't know if it was my first one. It may not have been my first one, but the one that really, really stuck out for me and which I loved was doing Outlaw Star. I played Aisha Clan. The K'Tal Empire rules. You know, she was such a crazy character. And she was similar to Rogue in that she's really super strong when she eats or if she gets mad. And then she turns into that gigantic cat that can devour anybody. So I would call Aisha Clan my gateway anime.
Oh, see, that is Outlaw Star.
Outlaw Star is a pretty good pick.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it's kind of nice I was actually in it too, right?
Absolutely.
But I did a bunch of those things. I did a number one like Magic Ray Earth, and Rain was another one. I really enjoyed it. It was a great way to sort of start to work in voice in LA before I started doing prelay in LA. And I'd already done a bunch of prelay in Canada, but I hadn't done any yet in the States. So I started off with anime, which is wonderful.
That's so awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. I know that we've put together a nice list of your anime credits.
Oh, there you go. I'll have to see if I can remember all of them. All right.
But before that, first of all, welcome. We're both huge fans. It's very surreal to be hearing your voice talking to us.
I know, right?
But I'm curious. So, we talk to a lot of voice actors on this show. Obviously, we're based in Dallas, kind of where one of the Crunchyroll headquarters is. So we see a lot of voice actors and we talk to them on our day-to-day. And I'm curious for you, with this sort of long storied career in the industry, what about voice acting specifically draws you to it versus, a live action role or a stage role, for example? Well,
first of all, thank you so much. I really appreciate your kind words. And, I love it all. I'm an actor's actor. I love performing. I love getting into a character, learning about the character, finding out everything you can about them, and then sort of really putting it all inside of me and then letting it come out when I'm actually either shooting or I'm on stage or I'm in a recording booth. I started off in theater. So theater is my great love. And I did theater for many, many years in Canada, across Canada, and also in New York and Chicago. And I also did musicals. So I sang. And then I got into film and television. And that's what also then led to me doing animation, because I'd played a number of Southern characters. And my agent in Toronto at the time, when the X-Men came forward wanting us to audition for the X-Men the first time around, she knew that I could do a Southern accent, and they were looking for a woman's voice who could do a low, husky, sexy voice with a Southern accent was what the direction was. And I, and I booked it like immediately. So the thing I love about voiceover is that you get to all that internal emotion and thoughts that you have as a character, you get to just let them come out, but only through your voice. So you don't have the luxury of raising an eyebrow. No one's going to see it. You don't have the luxury of physically moving around and showing your body. You don't have that. So you have to just focus on all of the emotions coming out through the one particular aspect, which is the voice. And I think the voice is a very magical instrument. No wonder people have been singing for years. No wonder people have been telling stories for eons. And storytellers are very special people throughout the ages. So we can capture someone's interest, take them on a journey with us, take them out of their everyday life, and take them to another sphere where they experience whatever the character is feeling and doing and experiencing just through our voice. And hopefully we can make them feel their own emotions, feel their feelings, and then bring them back down to earth again to their life at the end of the story. And that's what a storyteller does, and that's what voice actors do. And I think that that's pretty special.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That's so awesome. What do you love the most about being a voice actor or doing your job? Because it seems like I've watched other interviews with you talking about 97, and you just seem like you're having a lot of fun. So what do you love the most about doing your job?
Well, first of all, I love the character. I love my role. I love the show. And I love the team. So I think that the X-Men are just an amazing team of characters that reach out and touch people in many different ways. And the fact that we have touched so many lives and changed them for the better makes me feel extremely humble and responsible and proud to be part of this beautiful, beautiful show. So, I mean, that's it in a nutshell. That's why I love doing what I'm doing right now.
I love that. I mean, I feel like, especially returning to the X-Men animated series and that universe, now in this world where conversation is a lot different than it was in the late 90s, or in the mid to late 90s, right? Like the way that people are talking about the show, one, it feels like a beat was never missed. We just picked up right where we left off, and everyone sort of come back. But now you have these new fans that, may have spent years watching the movies or reading the comic books, and or even just 97 being their first depiction of these characters, alive. I'm curious, like, have you found it challenging at all to return to the role of Rogue with that in mind?
Not really. I mean, I like to say coming back to Rogue is like pulling on a pair of fine, well-worn gloves that are really comfortable. Right? And yeah, it just feels like she's been always a part of me. And so to get to play her again for a second time is a gift. And this whole journey she's been on in the first season and will continue in the second season, it's a gift as an actor. It's a beautiful thing. It's the sort of thing that you dream of, getting and being able to put your whole soul and love and energy into. So I'm really feeling pretty blessed about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, and one thing that we noticed for 97 is Rogue is the cornerstone for a lot of emotional beats or a lot of really heavy beats for this first season. But what's it like to bring her back and have her drive, big parts of the narrative?
Well, when I did the show originally in the 90s, it was a treat when I think it was it might have been episode 9 in season 1, A Rogue's Tale. But when I read that script, and it was mainly about Rogue and her backstory, her origin story, I was so thrilled because, it's a team effort. And many other characters were getting a lot of action and a lot of lines and able to really show what they could do early on in that show. But when it finally got to Rogue's Tale, it was great because finally I got to show her past and get some emotional beats in there. But nothing compared to what I'm doing now. And The Cure was another one. The Cure is another great episode for Rogue,
Fantastic
where she tries
episode.
to give up her powers, right? But then she realizes it's her powers that make her who she is.
Right.
And even though they bring her pain, because she can never touch anyone, she can never be intimate, she can never have a relationship, really, a true relationship. So she always holds herself back a little bit. And so The Cure was great because, you know, at the very end when she realizes, I am my powers and the good they can do. And I reckon I can live with that. There ain't no cure for who you are. I love that.
Wow.
Right? It's a great message for so many people. So that was wonderful. But I never really got to show entirely her whole super strength and what she can do and those emotional mountains to climb. And that's why I say this season and next are like, they're a gift to any actor who wants to really be able to use their emotional chops. And I've always loved to play characters that are that plummet the depths and the heights of emotions. Those are my favorite kinds of characters to play.
I think that it really shows. I mean, even from episode 1, like you talked about the strength of Rogue, right? I think we're used to talking about sort of the emotion and in a way, sort of the tragedy of her powers and her coming to terms with them. But we really get to see like her raw strength and power from episode 1. And it's something that I noticed in picking 97 up of, we're seeing that for everyone now too. There's the scene with Storm in episode 1 where you're just like, oh, this is an Omega level mutant. Let's see the full thing on display.
I love it. I love that entrance of Storm
so great.
in that first episode. Oh, I get shivers just thinking about it.
Give him the fork.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just
So
the
good.
glass rain.
I know.
Just
Such a good,
it's so good.
So great.
Allison and I are so happy. Like Allison Seeley Smith is a good friend of mine. And, you know, so we're just thrilled to be back in action. It's great.
So speaking of being back, I mean, it's no secret, like you've played Rogue in a number of different series and video games over the years. I think speaking for both Lee and myself, one of our favorites is in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is an all-time game. But, you know, you talked about even from the very first read for Rogue of this kind of attachment to this role. But like, what do you think it is about Rogue that the world kind of can't get enough of? And specifically you in this role, right? Like this is, even from the early days of like, this thing is happening, 97 is happening. They're like, oh, we have to get Lenore back for Rogue. What do you think it is?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. I might be the worst person to ask. I mean, the fans would know because they're the ones who seem to feel like, wow, you know, like it wouldn't be the same if you weren't in it. Like when I hear your voice, I feel comforted, they say. I've been reading these comics for, 30 years. And whenever I read them now, I always hear your voice in my head. I say, well, I should be paying you guys because I've been living rent-free in your heads for 30 years,
Oh my God.
It's so true.
I don't know what it is. It's just probably, and they said they like my, my crack, the crack that my voice has. And sometimes if I meet someone out and about in the world, they'll go, oh, you have a cold? I'm like, no, that's just my voice. I'm like, it's just got this really weird husky thing, but I sing and it doesn't affect that. So I don't know. I mean, she has a quality that is unique and she is strong, but she's vulnerable. She's funny. Yeah. She's self-deprecating. She doesn't suffer fools gladly, but she will kick ass if she has to. And she will do so for her friends. And I love that about her.
I'm just picturing the Rogue anime style kick that's going around of that Evangelion frame just right to the face.
I mean, you brought up and it's so true because there's so many of us that grew up in that 90s era of X-Men where that was the penultimate voice cast. And, and I can speak for myself. Like when I'm reading the comics or if there's any kind of, other media that, doesn't have voice. It's like, oh yeah, it's automatically like the 90s, cast or, some of the 97. Like I love that you guys, even with the new actors that were brought in for some of the roles, like you guys have, you can feel the chemistry. Like it was, everybody was there during the original run, right?
Yeah.
What's it like forming a bond like that, with people that you're going to be working with season over season?
Well, it's very much like the X-Men themselves, who are kind of a bunch of misfit toys, that find each other and create their own family. Some of them, many of them, have had issues with their own families, or they don't have a family, or they had to leave, or they were kicked out, or whatever, they weren't accepted. And so, although some of us don't have those backgrounds, we probably all in some way feel like we are on our own and we're different. And so finding each other and being part of this X-Men family has been really, really special. And I would like to say that the fans, the cosplayers, the fans, they are part of that family. We are a family. We're a community, and we're finding each other. And I have so many people come up to me at Comic-Cons who are couples who both love X-Men, and they bonded over the X-Men. And some of them have their tattoos of Rogue and Gambit, or they've named their children Rogue or Remy or Logan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's so
good.
cool.
It's amazing. And the kids are now into it. So they bring their little 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old kids and the teenagers, and they're all into it. And it's so beautiful that this family, sometimes it's the children, parents, and even grandparents are all X-Men fans. I'm saying, I'm putting it out there, somebody should have a dating website, an X-Men dating, so that those who love X-Men can find each other. Because there's so
Just
many
call it
people.
like Xavier's School of, I don't know, Love and War.
Yes, or forget the war, just the love. Just the love. Sugar.
Just the love part.
Yeah.
So season 1 is done.
Yeah.
What can we expect from season 2?
Well, season 2, the scripts that we received already, like last year, we already started recording. I've done all of my episodes for season 2. I will be brought back to do more like pickups, ADR, once they get the animation done.
Mm-hmm.
We don't necessarily see every script because we don't get the ones that we're not in.
Right.
And yeah. And so the ones that I'm in, that I've seen, I just love. They were so fabulous, like the ones in season 1. And so I'm looking forward to seeing the animation now, because we've done the voices mainly. Now they have to animate it, and that's what takes the time. So it's going to be another year before we, see a finished product. But I can't wait. I'm excited.
I think for a lot of fans listening at home,
Yeah.
I know we were kind of geeking out when we were going through your anime
Right.
credits as well. Shows
Right.
like Fushigi Yugi,
Yes.
Gatekeepers, Serial Experiments Lane.
That's one. Yeah, I love that one too. Chiriko.
Just lots of good stuff
Yeah,
there.
but Chiriko.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun. It's neat to see how anime has taken off now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's we say it all the time. Like it's been wild to watch from
I know.
seeing it, like, because we make the joke all the time, like we were the kids that got beat up at our lockers for watching anime, and
Right.
now it's like the
Right.
popular
I
thing.
know. Yeah.
So it's great, but also I like seeing that for animation as well too. Like you brought it up, X-Men is going beyond the generations that were
Yeah.
originally into it, and it's bringing a whole new light to just comic books and the superhero
Yes.
genre in general, and it's
I
kind of
love it. I
refreshing
love-
it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I really love seeing, like, I've been doing a few signings at comic book stores too. And it's so nice to see the kids there poring over the comics and seeing which one they want to get.
yeah, it's so cool.
It's, and a lot of people have told me that it helps them learn how to read too.
Yeah, that's how I learned how to read actually.
Right?
So,
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Through
Yeah.
the comics? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and like little 6 and 7-year-olds are coming up and telling me that they love X-Men 97. And I'm like, aren't you scared? And they're like, no. One little 6-year-old the other day, she said, you're my favorite character. And I watched episode 5 6 times, she said.
Oh my God.
I'm like, really? Wow. And then her father said, yeah, we talk about it and everything, but she loves it and she loves the emotion. So I'm like,
that's cool.
Okay.
Really
and then
cool.
the father said she's already watched the original show now because she loved X-Men 97.
Wow.
She's
That's
now
awesome.
watched the original show. He said she's watched the original show like 3 times. So I said, well, did she start when she was in the womb? I mean, right?
Yeah.
But
It's
amazing.
so interesting. Like, and it is so similar to what we've seen in anime.
Mhm.
Like, it's literally why we're doing a show like this, which is, the effect that anime and, mainstream animation has had on culture to
Yeah.
a point where like now, like X-Men 97 is one of the biggest shows in the world that
Yeah.
we're talking about. And there was a time when people may have just brushed them off as cartoons. The people
Exactly.
who knew really knew,
Right.
but now we get to share this sort of thing with everybody. Thank you for giving us some
No
of your time.
worries.
No,
You
thank
know?
you so much. I
You're welcome.
really enjoyed
Yeah.
it. I told Nick earlier, I was like, you know what? If little kid me knew that I was talking to Rogue today, I'd be like screaming and crying in the corner. So
Aw, well, I'm going to give you a big hug across the airwaves.
thank you so much.
And you're welcome. And I'm just going to say, I really hope that our themes and our messages of love and compassion and empathy and accepting people for who they are, and not othering people, but that we're all in this together. I hope that message reads loud and clear and that many people around the world embrace it, because we can make this planet a much better place and a safer place for everyone if we have those values.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I don't have anything
Yeah,
better than that.
I've got nothing.
That's perfect.
Lenore, thank you again so much.
You're welcome.
Hopefully we can have you back
Sure.
once season 2 wraps.
Yes.
And it absolutely welcome to come back anytime. What an incredible dream conversation. Can't wait for the second season of 97. It's
Yep.
going to be so good. Thank you again to Lenore for coming by and hanging out with a couple of nerds, talking X-Men, talking anime. But next, some recommendations. Young Nicholas, what have you brought us on this fine day?
Okay, so to give my recommendation for this week, I have to first read our recommendations from fans.
Oh,
So
Uno Reverse.
yeah, no reverse. So this week we've got one from @KinsTheGreat8959 on YouTube. I watched Death Note as my 4th anime. I can see how it's pivotal. That's in response to our interview with Golden from last week. The potato chip scene is an epic masterpiece. MHA, Haikyuu, Erased were 1, 2, and 3. Nicholas really just pause One Piece and dip into Haikyuu. Thank me later.
Thank you, Kins. Thank
All right,
you.
let me just go on to the next one. This one's from Queen Bean 1 on Crunchyroll. It says, Nicholas, put the pause on One Piece and binge Haikyuu. One Piece will be there for you when you're ready. Haikyuu will only be on the silver screen for a short while.
Thank you. They get it. They get it. They get it. Join the Haikyuu hype,
Do these
bro.
count as recommendations?
Yes, they do.
Okay, dear listener, dear viewer, I have to tell you, I paused One Piece.
Heck yeah.
I've started Haikyuu.
You took my advice.
I am 10 episodes
Nice.
into season 1.
Yeah.
We've got, let's see, from recording, we've got a little bit of time
Just a small bit
before
of
the
time.
new movie comes out.
Yep.
I'm going to try my best to get as close as I can
Yeah.
to catching up. It's great.
I'm halfway through season 2. I'm trucking.
It's really good.
It's so good, man.
Not that I didn't think it was going to be.
Yep.
But, when you're watching a show like One Piece, when you're trying to keep up with seasonal shows, it's hard to just be like, okay, now I'm going to dive into this thing. The last
Right.
time I did it was when I watched like all of Psycho Pass in
Right.
like 2 weeks. But yeah, it's great so far. I know I probably haven't even met half of the characters that everyone has kind of fallen in love with. But my favorite scene so far is when there's 2 characters who are having like a very intense kind of conversation in the restroom after a practice match.
Oh, yeah.
And Hinata just kind of, you can just hear him going, toilet, 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 like stomping through the hallways and like just rolling up on this conversation. I was like, I like this kid.
Yeah,
Like,
he's Hinata is so great.
that is me.
I
I'm
don't
the one
wanna-
who's like, it's bathroom time, and then I go to the bathroom.
It just breaks up the tension out of nowhere. We should talk when you get to the end of season 1.
Oh,
It's a very big emotional beat for just the whole series, just
Yeah.
in general. Like it really puts a cap on for all of the characters that are involved. Like once you meet the entire team,
yeah.
it's a really big pivotal moment for all of them.
Okay.
And it really like is a linchpin for the rest of the series. So when you get to that point, we'll talk.
Okay.
Don't
I'm
wanna
gonna
spoil it.
I'm gonna try and get there by the time we record next week.
Heck yeah.
Because it's great. My just to follow up on my rec from last week, but I did finish Animal Well.
Oh,
also.
nice. Yeah, we
um,
talked about that a little bit before we went hot.
Yeah, it was a great weekend game. Awesome work from Billy Basso. So you should check it out. But yeah, what did you bring this week?
Small mention, because I think I mentioned last week that I'm like kind of catching up on a lot of the seasonal stuff that that I'd missed. I finished Fluffy Paradise.
Is that Isekai?
It is.
Hit the button.
Isekai button. Super cozy show. But then also I have to give Leah their credit on this one. They had mentioned that the show may take a turn. Show definitely took a turn. Yeah.
What? Like define turn, like Promise Neverland?
No.
Okay.
No. Well, no. Not
Okay.
that hard. Not that hard.
Okay.
It took a turn in something that is like very pivotal for the creatures of the show, because you got to remember the main character, like her whole thing is, I just want to pet all the fluffy animals and be their friend, and she's got stupid godlike powers and
Sure.
but it's really more so in connection to her character growth, and what it means for all of the animals and the animal species around her that she wants to protect. And it took a really steep turn. So I was like, oh man, like
Interesting.
it's still enjoyable. Like it's still kind of a very
but
cozy
does it
show.
kind of change the
But
experience
it
a little
changes
bit?
it changes the
Interesting.
experience like almost a lot, because you realize that there's some stakes that are involved here.
Love a good steak.
Me too. Filet mignon mostly. But I'm hoping the show comes back because like
Does it leave on a cliffhanger?
so kind of, and then it
Okay.
just says the end, and I'm like, no.
They're like, no, it's done.
We're not doing this, so I'm hoping it comes back.
Okay.
But my main recommendation this week, because I am playing to our audience and also playing to our guests, I restarted Marvel's Midnight Suns, which was the video game that came out 2 years ago. Came out in 2022.
And this is the turn-based strategy
it's a
RPG
turn-based strategy RPG
from the XCOM team.
Yes, and it is fantastic. So I missed on the DLC. The whole pack ended up being on sale on the PlayStation Store this week. And you get Deadpool, Storm, Venom, and Morbius. And there's
Shout out Morbius.
Morbius. It's Morbin time. It is not actually, but it's basically like kickstarts like another arc for the story.
Mhm.
So it's like this big like vampire invasion that starts happening. So I was like, cool, let me kick this back off. And I forgot how much fun I had with this game. You may actually enjoy this part because if you haven't played it, it's also like a card game as well too. So all of your moves and stuff are done by card plays.
I forgot about the cards. I started the game when it came out, and I liked I called it Marvel's Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yeah.
Because if you played
Technically,
Three
yeah,
Houses,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
the whole social element where you're
Yep.
just like talking to people at the school, and that's like you can go like on a fishing date with Blade.
Yep. Yep.
This one.
And then you can like, once you get everybody past a certain point, like you're just leveling up their friendship, and they still get levels, like regular levels.
Yeah.
But then your friendship levels start determining like the buffs you get like in game and like some of
So
the
it's
extra
both
stuff
social
you can do.
and also strategic.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
cool.
good to go out and do those friendships. But no, man, it's a lot of fun. That's my main rec for this week.
Awesome. Well, thanks for bringing it. I
Thank
feel
you,
like
sir.
an anime that you could tie to it is we're just going to shill Undead Murder Farce again.
Undead Murder
because-
Farce again, one more time. But then also, if you can find them, I believe it was Madhouse did a whole run of like Marvel anime.
Oh, that's
so
right.
there was
Are they on Disney? Are they streaming on Disney?
I believe so, but there was a Wolverine one,
Iron Man. Blade.
Blade. There's an X-Men one. There's a core X-Men one. So yeah, and they're actually all pretty solid.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, definitely go and watch those. Get you some X-Men anime in your life.
Awesome. Well, the Newsboy was already here. We had our guest.
Yep.
Talked about Rex. Well, now it's time for the mail person because we're going to answer some questions in the mailbag.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
Mailbag.
Who it's from? Mailbag.
It's from the mailbag. All right. Question number 1 from this week comes from AnimeXGamer20 on Twitter. I think this is a return question asker. So welcome back, AnimeXGamer.
Welcome back.
Hope you still love anime and gaming as much as you did when you made your username. If you were to make an anime-inspired show or novel based on your inspirations from your favorite anime shows, what would it be inspired by?
Oh, man. Okay. Layup answer for me. It's going to have to be something wrestling related.
Okay.
Soapbox withstanding. Don't have to cue the music or anything. But I love Tiger Mask W. The anime I think is really good. And then Futo PI, which is an anime sequel to Kamen Rider W. And then just maybe the My Hero of it all. Like I would love like a very like Henshin wrestler inspired kind of thing. So
would everyone be a wrestler? Would there be specifically wrestling superheroes? Like,
no,
how would you?
Everybody would be a wrestler.
Everyone in the world is a wrestler.
Like everybody, well, in this promotion, everybody's a wrestler, but all of their powers or whatever are specifically doled out by like the equipment they have. So they have like transformations and upgrades.
Yep.
And yeah, like I think that'd be really fun.
I like that. I actually haven't thought about something like this before, but it made me think that one of the things that I've really liked about the media that I've I guess consumed over my life is I love stories that are like kind of fantastical or sci-fi, kind of like Dead Demons Destruction, where it's like aliens have invaded, but normal life continues.
Right.
I like the idea of like normal life continuing against the backdrop of something extreme.
Yeah.
So like Evangelion is an example of that. That I feel like, you know, at least the world that we're introduced to, like there is still normal life. Kids are going to school, people have jobs, right? Whatever, normal school stuff.
Right. You still got to do the normal stuff.
Yes. So I like the idea of trying to set like a slice of life romance story against that kind of backdrop.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Of like, you know, kaiju attack or aliens invade or hell has merged with Earth or whatever kind of crazy fantastical element that you have. And I don't think any of the humans would have powers or anything like that. I think, you know, it's almost more like something Pacific Rim style where like there are still regular humans doing their thing, but maybe there's, you know, a defense force or something like that. But I don't know.
It'd be cool.
Kind of combining like rom-coms with the sci-fi elements
of other
stuff that I've been into. We got another question.
We do.
This one is from @AnimeSlays567 on YouTube. Who is the most evil villain in the whole entire anime history?
That's a very broad question. it's a huge question.
I know. I'm like, pass.
You know what? Just because of where I am in kind of like my manga reading, and just kind of like a lot of the shows that I've absorbed over the last like 5 to 10 years, All for One is a menace.
He's pretty evil.
He's
pretty
a menace.
Like pure evil. Are are you current on the manga?
Yes.
Does that change?
No, it gets worse.
Okay.
Like he progressively gets worse.
Because I feel like a lot of times,
and he was already bad.
The thing that we run into with with shonen storytelling is often even the most despicable villain, you know, shows up to the barbecue.
Yeah, they have a baby face turn. Yeah, no, there is no baby face turn with this man. He stays ultra heel the entire time. And I know there's been a lot. There's been some menaces as far as like anime villains are concerned.
Yeah.
But man, like
it just sounds pretty pure evil.
Yeah, because you do not see any redemption in him whatsoever.
I mean, I gotta kind of hand it to a show or a series that can hold on to a character that is just pure evil. This is going to be a weird pull, but like I think about Mass Effect 3 a lot, where like we would have been happy with the Reapers, which are this like alien force that's coming to kill all of civilization and all of the galaxy, with just being pure evil with no nuance.
Absolutely.
And that would have been all right.
That's the only thing that killed Mass Effect for me. I'm a huge Mass Effect guy. Is that the Reapers ultimately had some good intentions, quote unquote. And
Depending on your choice.
Depending on your
right?
choice.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, bro, like I was just fine with them.
But you want to rally the troops,
being world destroyers.
get prepared and kill all of them and have a happy ending.
Right.
And I feel like that's what I want from My Hero. Like, y'all, don't sleep on the new season of My Hero.
Please do not. It's so
it's
good.
getting really good.
It's so good.
Now's the time. Now's the time to jump back in. I have to also give a shout out to Light Yagami. I know we talked about Death Note
Yeah, we did.
with Golden last week, but I think he starts out with noble intentions and then very quickly becomes a sociopath.
Oh yeah, he just careens really fast.
And there's like a level of hubris that I think comes with his character that just makes her a really upsetting.
It is, because you're like, yeah, okay, I can see why he's doing some of this.
Yeah.
This is fine. And then it just
especially like,
you're like, oh
when,
wait,
and
wait.
I think Death Note is really smart in the way it juxtaposes Light against Ryuk, who when Ryuk first shows up, you're like, oh, that's the bad guy. He's evil.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh,
wait
a second.
Yeah.
And so like there's this whole like sort of meta narrative of like how Light's actions make Ryuk appear to be a good guy in a lot of ways. Yeah, Death Note's crazy, man.
Yeah. Also small shout out to Aizen from Bleach.
Haven't seen Bleach. That's another one that is also a full blind. We had this conversation.
We did. No, Aizen is crazy. Like his heel turn, probably one of the best heel turns in anime. Like just straight up. So yeah, there's your answer right there.
There you go. Thanks for writing in, everybody. As always, you can write in questions and recommendations by replying in the comments on YouTube or Crunchyroll. If you want an almost 100% chance of us reading these on the show, leave your recommendation or question in a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. And of course, you can always submit your questions or recommendations to got.cr/anime effect questions. That's got.cr/anime effect questions. Bam. Got the whole thing in there.
Did it. We did it.
I think that does us.
I think that's it.
What a wild episode.
Wild.
Man. Collabs. Lenore was on the show.
Yeah.
We talked about evil.
SpongeBob. Yeah, no, this was fun. Thank you for joining us on another episode of The Anime Effect, brought to you by Crunchyroll and the folks over at Sony Music. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
I am subscribed. Crunchyroll presents The Anime Effect is hosted by me, Nick Friedman, Leah Alec Murray, and also Leah President. We miss you, Leah. We are executive produced by Jonathan Hirsch, Sharon Morris, and myself. It's me. I'm still here.
He's always back.
Our lead producer is Kyla Carnero, and our associate producer is Zoe Culkin. Patrick Emile edited and mixed this episode's audio, and Kamani Oletu filmed and edited the video. Our head of production is Sammy Allison. Special thanks to Tamika Balance-Galasny.
We'll be back next week. You can't stop us. We're always here. We're rolling. We'll be back. More anime news, more recommendations, more of your questions.
And there's nothing you
can do about it. I need it on a t-shirt so I can wear a t-shirt in a different color every day we do this show. Plus an isekai button.
And always remember, #thumb and pinky. Bye.
Never that. Later days.